All right, we are going to walk you through how to set up your new iPad. So the first thing that you need to do is verify that you have what you need in order to set it up. So initially, you should be given an iPad from your teacher.
It'll be assigned to you by your ID number, and actually there's a sticker on the top of your case on the left-hand side as you open up the iPad, and it will have a bunch of numbers and letters. That's the Apple serial number, and then the middle number is the district ID tag, and the last number should either be 6 or 7 digits, and it should be your ID number. So double check that, but most importantly, don't trade. It's assigned to you, and it should stay with you.
All right, the other thing you need in order to set up your iPad is you need an Apple ID or an iTunes account. Now, if you have an iPhone, you've already created one, and you can use your personal Apple ID that you use for your iPhone or your iPod if you use it for that as well. If you don't have one, you'll need to make one before your iPad can be used, and we have another video that you can watch in order to help you set that up.
And there's also a little instruction sheet that'll be available from your second period teacher or in the library. All right, so once you have your iPad and your Apple ID, you'll open it up and you might see something that looks like this. When you see something that looks like this, you're going to click sign in. Now, it might pop up again. Just continue to click sign in. I might be a little silly, but just continue to click sign in until something different from this image pops up. And then some of you might not see this image. You might see something that looks more like this. And it asks, will you allow app and book assignment? All of these questions have to do with the district being able to push out apps to you so that you guys don't have to go and purchase them yourself. So whether you see this image and click continue, or this image and click sign in, or if you see no images, but you see these two kind of teal or blue plus signs, you're going to click on one of these. You're actually going to end up doing both. But either way, whether it was that, the continue, or the sign in, you're going to come to something that looks like this.
And you're going to select use existing Apple ID since you are using an Apple ID that has already been set up.
And then it's going to take you
to the sign in portion. So you're going to enter in your Apple ID, which is going to be an email address that again is tied to the Apple Store, and then whatever password you set up. This is not your personal email address necessarily. This is an Apple ID. So it's not your Google login. It is a separate login that you have already established.
Once you've done that, it might actually take you to Safari and say, open this page in the iTunes Store, in which case you'll click continue or OK. But you're going to come to the iTunes Store or the App Store on your iPad, and it's going to ask you to agree to the terms and conditions. You're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and then click agree. And when you click agree, another window will pop up. And again, this is just asking that you agree that the organization, Sanger Unified, can assign you apps and previously pay for them so that you guys don't have to. So you're going to click agree and then agree. And it says the organization, again, Sanger Unified, can assign apps and books to you. So click OK. And then from there, make sure that you've clicked both blue plus sign icons. Don't worry about doing them again. If you click it and you've already done that one, it'll tell you that your Apple ID is already associated and you can just click OK. But then make sure you've done both of these. And you'll know that you're doing the right thing when something like this pops up or when you start seeing apps.
So you should see some apps that have loaded if you've hit both of those blue buttons. So the apps that should be loading right now would be your Google apps and maybe a couple of other apps depending on what school site you're at. But you'll see Google Drive and Google Docs and Google Slides showing up along with a couple of others. So that's how you'll know that you set it up correctly.
And if you're not being able to do any of that or the apps are not coming, I would double check and make sure that you've clicked on both of these. And again, you'll know that they have both been checked and signed into correctly when it says that your Apple ID is already associated with this device. And yeah, if you're having any trouble, please just be patient, help each other out, and we'll try to make this as smooth as possible. You can ask your teacher, but it might be that you need to just kind of be patient and wait for some tech support to come around to your classroom.
Thank you.